state champion, a DECA state champion from the Jackson Area Career Center, and his instructor, Justice Hampton and Matt Swank. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Hi, Bart.
Yeah, great to have you here. Justice is not only a student at the Career Center, but you're at?
Jackson Preparatory and Early College.
Great. And
Yes, sir.
you're what year?
Senior.
This is it.
Well, actually, I'm doing a 13th year.
Oh, nice.
Yep, so I'm going to complete my associate's degree in that year and actually get some credits towards my bachelor's.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out where you're going next, but let's talk about now,
For sure.
because you just competed and won, and you are now a DECA state champion.
Yes, sir.
What is, first, DECA? Tell us about the club.
So DECA is basically competitive education. So it's similar to almost like AAU basketball. So like, but you would do it as far as various different things like hospitality, marketing, business administration, operations, human resources. You would specify or study a specific area in business, and then you would go at these various events and compete with other students in these areas. So the competition looks like maybe 2 or 3 real life business type situations where you'd have to have 10 minutes to prepare for your role play, and then from there you would compete, and then also a written exam. So it's all focused on communication and written academic ability.
Fantastic. What is the field that you are specializing in with your DECA club?
Marketing communications.
Awesome. I was going to guess that.
Yeah.
And I figured too, because your teacher, Matt Swank, he sent us communications students who've actually, Matt, we've hired 2 of your students.
I know, it's great to have them here. You know, it takes a special student to come work here, and the class that we have out at the Career Center prepares them pretty well for it. That technology side is the big thing, and being a people person is a big thing too. You gotta be able to sort of ebb and flow with everyone. And we've been fortunate enough to have 2 students that fit in with your group very well.
Well, really, it's the epitome of what the Career Center is all about. You take these kids in high school and you get them ready to go to work, and they do right here in Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's awesome. All right, so people have seen your smiling face looking down from billboards for the last few months,
Yeah.
Justice. Have you gotten some response from?
Oh my goodness, people all over text me, see me in person, be like, I seen you on the billboard. So I'm like, yeah, a lot of people have been talking about it.
Well, when I first saw the billboard, I thought, he seems a little young to be like a Supreme Court justice.
Right.
But obviously that's your first name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is your career path? What's after year 13, what then?
So I'm looking at Albion College to finish my bachelor's. I'm looking at potentially project management as like a long term, but who knows? I have a little bit of interest in education. So I'm bent between, you know, working in the business field and like a project management or marketing communications area, and then maybe a bit of education too. But
Cool.
I'm open to like skilled trade too, having that on the side.
Were you one of the junior achievement students selling chocolate a few years ago?
I wasn't. I think that was my older brother actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
Orlando.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many students compete? Like in the state championship, you're up on like a stage?
Yeah. So it was like 4,300 students there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was
at
it?
the state event. So it was at the Cobo Hall in Detroit. Actually, it's called
Huntington.
Yeah, Huntington Place.
Uh-huh.
It was like 4,300 kids, and I texted one of the officers the other day. He told me that only like 600 or 700 of us go to the international event. So it's kind of like a really, really like intense environment. A lot of schools take it super, super seriously. Like there's literally DECA classes. So you would go every single day and prepare for this event. So it was really, really intense. And I think like one of the biggest parts about the event itself is just being able to network with all these kids from all over the state and world.
So do you have, what kind of training do you have? Is it a club you meet, or is
So what we do is we do in-class practice. So as part of the curriculum, we're teaching the students every day basically how to, the knowledge they need to do well in this knowledge-based test. It's part of our curriculum already. The secondary part is that part where the student engages with somebody and does critical thinking and solves a problem. And they have to have a logical sense of how things get put together to achieve a goal. That part happens through, I taught some project management, and there's some other things we teach in class, but the main way of doing it is practice, practice, practice. They are actually working with one of our consultants named Tracy Swope, like every other Wednesday, just doing these role plays nonstop and practicing and getting that muscle memory down to be able to engage with the judges, to talk with the judges, even little things like nonverbal. It's all super important,
Awesome.
especially in marketing.
So we've got, who are these other kids in this picture that we're bringing up now?
Yep, that's there's James Loving, who's in front next to Justice.
He's a senior at Jackson High.
Yep. And then there's Michael Schmeltz, who's a junior at Michigan Center. And then we have Kiara Hall, who's a junior at Columbia Central.
And they have their DECA programs at their high school, or they're at your school?
They're with me too.
They're with you too?
They're part of my class.
Okay.
So when we started, we had 5 kids that went to districts, and then 4 of them moved on. Those are the 4 that moved to states, and then Justice moved on to internationals.
You're it.
He's it.
Not nationals, internationals.
Internationals. They don't have a nationals because Puerto Rico and some other places.
All right, so you brought the trophy.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And a state champion medal.
Yep, state finalist medal, yep.
And there's more hardware you could collect in
Yeah, potentially,
Anaheim.
for sure.
All right, tell us about when and what and where.
Okay, so it's gonna be like a 5-day trip. So we're gonna be leaving April 26th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to fly to Anaheim, California. Friday it's like a soft opening. Saturday, Sunday, Monday it's like packed, and Tuesday actually. It's all like packed with just
From
events.
all over the world?
Yeah. Several different places from all over the world. So each day is like completely packed. There's going to be mentoring opportunities with executives from all over, some of the best companies.
People could be looking for candidates for their.
And I know dozens of stories where even high school students have been picked up for, mentoring and for programs during the summer by these big companies that sponsor these events.
Well, we'll hire you right now.
For sure. But there's also going to be like really, really big general sessions too. So all the students will come together. They're going to bring in different guest speakers who are like known throughout all the world and stuff like that. And then, it's just going to be a really good time.
So how do you prepare? Tell us like the problem they gave you, what you had to do at Detroit.
So I went into like this little like holding room or whatever, and I was given a scenario, and my scenario was to create a marketing campaign for a company that was kind of just on the downward path, and we kind of just had to do like this. I had to make up a potential campaign that I would do. So I had to just package it with like a ton of like corporate terms. So you really have to like get into like the situation, like act as if you're the marketing. So I was the marketing manager and the person was like my boss or whatever. So I had to like take them from A to Z on what exactly I'm going to do, how it's going to be done, and just deliver it in a way that connects with them over the rest of the people that are competing with me.
Is there materials you use, or is it just you?
So it's just all you get is like a 10-minute and you just got to go.
And a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you rescued the company? Did you bring it back to life?
I think so. Yeah.
And you'll have that same kind of a scenario or something different?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
it'll
it
be
varies.
very similar though.
For sure, yeah.
But the judges, so each time you move up a level, the judges, first level districts, sort of volunteers, people come in and just volunteer as judges. Second thing are small business owners and people who come in that are a little higher up the food chain in business. At this thing, you're talking people that are very high in the food chain. They're scouting.
Were you able to see his presentation? No, so you
No,
don't
I'm
know.
working also at these events.
You're
too.
judging some others.
I'm
kids.
helping other students do things and get to the right place.
What do you think it was about what he showed the judges that made him the state champion?
Oh, I know exactly what it was. He has a high level of being a dynamic leader. He really thinks through what he's going to say, and he thinks from his heart. He thinks truly from his heart, and I think that's his advantage. He can say exactly what he's talking about and mean it, and people can tell that.
What do you credit your success and being able to accomplish this to?
I mean, you got to start with Mr. Swank. You got to start with his initiative with the class. Also the consultants at the school. And we have like a really tight bond, even with the members that didn't go. It's not like they didn't go and they're like, oh, we don't care about you. No, they're still like, you know, willing to work with me, help me out. They're willing to be the judge for me if I need to just practice for a scenario. So definitely the teammates have helped. And then just my own just commitment to it, you know, researching different real life scenarios and just being able to communicate.
Tests,
Yeah.
sample tests,
Yeah.
just doing them over and over and over.
So Matt, what does this look like? So when justice applies to Albion or wherever you...
Oh, that's gold right there. There isn't probably a higher level marketing person that doesn't know DECA. He's just participating in the high school level. There is collegiate DECA also. Some of these people hire collegiate DECA people. If he was to go to a school that has collegiate DECA, not only would he probably get some kind of scholarship, but it looks really great on a resume. I mean, really great.
Yeah.
This is your second year in this program?
This is my second year doing that.
How did you pick this when you were looking at the Career Center?
Like DECA or
Yeah.
like just the class in general?
Like your class, like you knew you wanted to go to
Yeah.
the Career Center,
Yep,
right?
100%.
So how did you know what program you wanted to get into?
So I knew that like the sales and marketing class, like it's all about you. It's all about developing your own self. So like, say for instance, like the dental class, the construction class, the engineering, all of what they're doing is basically through tools. It's through some sort of tool they're getting what they want to get done. Whereas with us, we are that tool. So it's all about developing our communication, our knowledge, our ability to connect. And I knew that's what I wanted. And the thing is with the sales and marketing classes, you can take the skills that you learn in this class and apply it to a construction career or a different type of career. So
Yeah.
it's super, super versatile. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Is your dad going to let you take one of his expensive watches to Anaheim so you can make a nice impression?
I don't know. I have to see. I have to see.
Are you nervous?
A little bit, but I'm just excited to represent Jackson.
Have you
Yes.
had students go this far?
Not at the school. I worked at Boyne City for a while, and I took a couple kids to DECA in Florida. It's pretty cool. He's in for a ride. Let me
Yeah.
tell you,
I think Jackson High too has about 4 or 5 kids coming.
they do.
So I'll
They
be
do.
able to connect with them. And,
You'll know people.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
And then you don't have to decide your career because you've got still a year of
Yeah.
high school, early college,
Yeah.
and then maybe 4 years or more of college. Do you have an idea really as, specifically what job you want?
I haven't narrowed it down to like a specific job title, but maybe in the project management field or the marketing communications field.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think Matt thinks you do pretty much anything you want.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, that's awesome. You'll report back on how well you do in Anaheim?
For sure, for sure.
Sure.
100%.
Great. Well, we'll cheer you on and wish you the best.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. Keep them coming, Matt.
I'm working on it. We're trying to grow the program, of course. We're making we've legitimized our school store lab. Before it was a concession stand. Now it's looking like a real store. So I might have to reel you in on that, checking that out. And
Fantastic.
there's some other things we're doing. So
Our very first camera operators at JTV 23 and a half years ago were students at the Jackson Area Career Center. We've had interns and employees over the years. Right now, David Rice, Austin Curtis are two of your graduates who are full-time here at JTV. Thanks for coming in.
Yes, sir. Glad
Thank
to be
you.
here.
DECA state champion Justice Hampton and sales and marketing instructor at the Career Center, Matt Swank.